Alright, trying this again, because last time I tried this properly, the thing overheated, which was not the most fun, but yeah, anyway, it's probably gonna be really long, because I don't know how to edit videos, and I have a bunch that I ramble, and all that, so. Also, sorry if my fan is annoying, but I'm not leaving it off, it's still way too hot to not have it on, so, sorry, again. Okay, starting off, inappropriate shenanigan asks, asks, what do you do with stickers? That's actually kind of hard. I don't get stickers I like very much anymore, so I don't usually do anything with them except give them away. If they're ones I like, actually, if it's like a sticker set, I usually get the really cheap one, so it's the entire sheet of sticky stuff. So if you grab it and peel, like the very edge of the sheet, it ends up being, like you end up peeling the entire frame of all the stickers, so you like see the little shapes of where the stickers are. And I usually end up doing that, and then for some reason I like ripping them to shreds, or I did. This is kind of, like I said, I haven't had them in a long time, so I don't remember exactly, like the closest. Like you can see that one in the background. This is Optimus Prime. You can't see the exactly what he is, but like I just usually like if I really like them, I stick them somewhere because I know some people like to save them, but that just seems pointless to me. Um, bangs. That's pretty much all I can think of. When I was little, I used to stick them on my face. I one of my early memories is one time when I was like first grade and I just put one right in the bridge of my nose and I ended up really annoying the teacher or bothering her until she was just like, "Please take that off." I was confused, but I did it anyway. But yeah, that's the answer to that. Oh man, I completely forgot these questions. I didn't. Yeah, I forgot most of them. Lego Joker asks thoughts on Nolan's Batman movies. Okay, I don't remember. I really don't remember a lot about them. Um, the first one, Batman Begins, I actually saw before The Dark Knight even came out. And I kind of liked it, but even at the time I was like, I don't know how old was I? I was like 13, maybe 14. Excuse me. No, I'm pretty sure I was 13. And I thought it was okay, I guess. I sort of liked it. I didn't hate it, obviously. I didn't hate it because I ended up seeing The Dark Knight in theaters later. I completely forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I saw Batman Begins just because I saw it was the first Batman movie I ever saw that wasn't animated. Actually, it's the only like the Nolan series is the only ones that I've seen that haven't been animated so far. Um, but I saw it on Blockbuster shelf. I saw it on the shelf from Blockbuster, and I grabbed it, and I kind of liked it, and I kind of didn't, cause Ra's al Ghul, I didn't know him very much, cause like at this point, I'm pretty sure I was only familiar with the Batman and a little bit of the comics. So I didn't know who Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul really even was. Except for like reading up on it reading up on the internet a little bit. So I wasn't super invested in anything. I kind of knew who Scarecrow was. I think I read a fic series about him actually, and I did like that. I enjoyed um, reading about him, but I kind of liked his portrayal there. Kind of liked how Mr. Murphy. I thought he was pretty. He has very nice eyes. Um, but I don't remember. I pretty much forgot all of Rachel's scenes. Like, I forgot she was pretty much in the movie, except for the part where Bruce nearly kills, or thinks about killing Joe Chill, or whatever his name was. I think it was that in that version, right? Um, where she's like, she slaps him in the face and whatever. And I didn't like how he didn't, not saving, Ross isn't the same as killing him, I guess. I didn't like that. Even at the time when I didn't really care as much about characterization, I guess. Um, oh yeah, and, oh god, the part, I think it might have been like to indicate his character developing, like how was really it was pretty selfish at first. But the part where he walks out and there's a homeless man sitting in front of a drum that's on fire, um, to not, freeze to death in the middle of the night, and he just starts throwing in his credit cards and money into the fire right in front of this homeless old guy. And then, gives his jacket after he's asked for it. But like I hated that. That immediately just kind of made me I'm surprised I didn't turn off the movie at the time. Honestly, it just I don't that was so gross. That was so selfish and unthinking and like you could have why didn't you just give it to the guy if you didn't care so much? Just that I don't like that. I don't like that. It's one of my most vivid memories of the series itself and of that movie specifically and of the series and just yeah, I don't like that. Um I liked The Dark Knight kind of. Like I liked it at the time a lot. Like I saw it in theaters and I enjoyed it. But I think it's a better movie than Batman movie, I guess. I really like Lucius. I loved Lucius's part in there. I loved what he accomplished. Um, with the cell phone things that did the eye thing. That was that's very coherent, but I'm sure you know what I mean. I like that. I also liked how he didn't compromise his morals for that, I guess. But Joker. Oh, Two Face. Harvey. I liked Harvey. I did like Harvey and Two Face. That part a lot. I didn't really care about Rachel, which I feel kind of bad about. But like, I fully understand. Like at the time when I watched it, I was really mad at the whole letter to Bruce thing. Um, about who she was gonna marry in the end. Sorry about this. I didn't like but now I know like that was really the best decision for her and for everybody at the time. Kind of mad that Alfred burnt it, but yeah. But fuck was Joker. Joker is why I kind of Ledger made a good villain, I guess. But I don't like him as a Joker at all, because the thing about Joker is that Joker is supposed to be a little bit funny, I think. And like, he's not at all funny. Like, not, I don't think he's funny at all. Like, he's interesting, but like nothing he does is amusing and feels like a Joker specifically, which is fine for the whole excuse me, the whole different feel for the Nolanverse things. But it's not my thing anymore. I have it. God, sorry, I have it on DVD somewhere, but I haven't watched it in a couple years. So sorry. I know you're a huge Batman fan, so I know that you like probably want an actual something vaguely coherent and professional, but that's not me. Um, and The Dark Knight Rises. I have not actually watched that. It came out in 2012, and I was going through a lull. I didn't care about Batman at all at that point. I was full on into Transformers Prime. That was like my entire life. And Transformers, like the Bayformers movies. Um, but so I didn't actually get to see it, and I didn't care. I didn't care very much at that point. Uh, and I didn't care in 2013. And then I didn't know anything about the movie. I've seen a little bit about it on Tumblr and stuff, but I didn't really go out of my way to look things up. So all I knew was Bane's theme, the Deshi Basra thing or whatever. Um, and that was it. I never saw any trailers. I don't think I saw any trailers. I might have on TV specifically, but I don't remember it. So I didn't know anything about the movie, and then I picked it up at the library last year. When I say I didn't watch the movie, I didn't watch 99% of the movie. Okay, I watched the first 5 minutes. I wa- I didn't know what Bane sounded like. I didn't know what Bane sounded like at all. I cried. I was literally in fucking tears of hysterical laughter. I laughed until I was crying at the plane scene when he started talking, when he was kneeling down. It was just like, what? I was just like, what is that? No, what is that voice? I, is that Bane? Is that actually Bane? It was real to be Bane, and I fucking cried, and I tried to rewatch the movie so many times because you only get to borrow them for a week, borrow library movies for a week, and I tried every single day, and I never got beyond that because like I can't watch the movie. I cannot watch the movie all the way through without completely losing the thread of everything going on because I can't handle Bane's voice because it's so ridiculous to me. And so I haven't seen it. I'm probably not gonna see it. Maybe eventually in a few years, but like every single time I hear like a single someone parroting that voice, I immediately just lose my shit. I'm doing that right. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's all I got for that. Oh yeah, and the Gotham Knight, which is kind of apparently sort of a tie-in to that. Which is like 6 anime shorts. Sort of supposedly set between Batman Begins and Dark Knight. I like that. I like that a lot. I like most of that a lot. I don't think I cared. I don't remember which one I didn't like, but I really like the one with the kids' interpretations. If you haven't seen it, you should look it up. KissCartoon.me is really good for that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's all I got for the Nolan trilogy. Okay, and Speckletail asks, this will be a long one, about E squared, or E cubed, which is my really weird The Batman, OT3, I guess, for people who don't know, which is Ethan Bennett, Ellen Yin, and Edward Nigma. Okay, I'm gonna take another drink of water because reasons. Alrighty. Do you think there'd be jealousy in there, especially around Yin, who spends more time around / with her? Ethan thinking Edward's trying to steal his thunder since he was her partner first. Edward thinking Ethan is trying to push him out of the relationship by wanting more one-on-one time with Yin. Yin having to tell them both to chill the fuck out. General relationship shenanigans. Okay. I kind of do think there'd be. I don't know if there'd be proper jealousy, because by that point, there would have to be a lot of progress made to actual relationship status. Or even like steady friendship status. Because, they all have their issues to overcome. Edward would just have to get with the whole program of, he's not entirely straight. Um, Oh god, I had more. I got past this question last attempt before the thing overheated, and I don't remember a lot of what I said there. Um, I don't think Ethan would think Edward was trying to steal his thunder. Um, very much. Um, or he might a little bit, but I think he would be a bit more careful about that kind of thing. He'd probably like encourage speaking, maybe like talking about it. Oh shit! What did I just do? Oh, I hit the about. I don't know if that stopped recording. Recording. I hope it didn't. Um, but yeah, general relationship. Okay, actually no. The Yin trying to tell them both to chill the fuck out. I actually don't think that would happen all that much. I think it would actually be Ethan trying to tell Edward and Yin telling them to chill the fuck out because they're both very stubborn and passionate. They're all very stubborn. Well, I don't know if passionate is the right word, but stubborn, definitely determined, all that kind of stuff. And I think after the whole like this is would obviously have to be like after the whole Clayface debacle, and the cure and stuff. Um, I think Ethan would have more patience, and he'd know kind of what Edward had gone through, a bit more than Yin did, and Yin is a little more no nonsense. So I think that actually, like, Ellen might end up escalating things a bit without like entirely meaning to. So it would actually be Ethan having to step in. Ethan having to step in and trying to calm people down and maybe talking to them both individually to encourage them to patch things up. Not that there would never be like conflict between Edward and Ethan. I think more than between I think yeah, Ellen and Ethan would be like the least conflicted because they've already been partners for ages, non platonically or not, obviously, in the workforce. Um, I don't know how gross that looks. I didn't look at the camera. Um, sorry. I don't talk for long stretches at a time, most of the time. I don't think. Okay, actually, a question that kind of another question from Dear Speckledale. They said, what genre of music bands, composers? There's a slash between all those. Would Edward gravitate towards end up listening to the most? I think going going kind of stereotypical. I mean, like, yeah, I don't know if that's the right word. But like, I do think he'd like heavy metal kind of stuff. But I think he'd listen to pretty much everything that wasn't too. I don't think he'd listen to slow music, but I think that's or like really obnoxious voices. But I think that's like the only actual limit. Um, oh yeah, I also think he likes classical music. I don't know why that is. Actually, no, I do know why that is. Specifically, it's because I have the headcanon that way back when, see his introduction, someone is talking outside the door. I'm sorry if that distracts either of us. um, what was I say? Oh yeah, the Edward set the fake bombs. Where he places that he knew and liked, basically, like the places that first come to mind. So like his museum, the museum was his favorite museum. The subway he used was one that he had to travel on a lot on his way to school when he was a kid. The bridges was where he walked a lot, or just was like a random populous place that was, a target that just came to mind. But I also think he really liked the concert hall, and the only time we see the concert hall actually being used is when there's stuff like opera or classical piano and stuff. So that's just what I think. And that like segues to dates. Sorry. Um, I'm pretty sure they'd all want to go on different kinds of dates. Like, I think they'd all like the same. They wouldn't mind going to the same band, the same kind of music. Although I do think classical stuff would bore Ethan and Ellen, so they might show up, but they'd probably just like only if Edward paid for the tickets, I guess. Or if it was their idea of a treat for Edward, I guess. Um, or at least not Ethan, I guess. I'm saying I guess a lot. Um, I know Ethan would want to go to sports games, which is a definite no-go for Edward, and he'd probably get actually kind of upset about that. And he might end up getting jealous if he and Ian end up leaving Edward behind too much on dates, at least early on. Because I do think he's kind of insecure. He'd be pretty insecure in that kind of way, whether he admitted it to anyone, including himself, or not. Um, and also there'd be the whole problem of, two ex-criminals, one of which is like terrified, and one of which is pretty terrifying, and could have been anyone, and probably struck fear and paranoia into a lot of people, and then one who literally took over the city a few times and put it on lockdown, um, and then a very I guess probably by the end of season 2, after the whole night in the city thing, a very prominent hero of the Gotham City police department. Um, all hanging out together at all. I bet you so many tabloids were all over that stuff, um, predicting things that made them all uncomfortable, whether they were true or not. Um, so they, yeah. Um, can't. Man, I had more things to think of. I know I thought of more things, but I don't remember them now. So, uh, damn it. I guess I'm moving on for now. If I do another video or have more specific questions, god damn it. Push the button again. I keep actually opening the about because I keep switching between the camera and the the document I have open of the questions. Um, but yeah, if you have any more specific questions, you can ask me whenever, or put it for the future if I make another video. Okay. Oh man. Agent Victoria Hand asks, "Oh my God, tell me your favorite stories for the old LTP days. That'll be great." I'm sorry, Ari. I can't think of anything. I barely remember those years at all. Like, so I think I'm gonna default to how we met, kind of, which is how we got to communicating regularly. Cause okay, this was when I was like 13, 14 actually. Um, God, it was so long ago. It wasn't long ago, and it was so long ago at the same time. And I had Pokemon Pearl for the DS, for the Nintendo DS, and I got an action replay, which if you don't know, is it's a cheating device. And I either didn't have the data it had a bunch of cheat codes for games built in, but either I actually deleted it or it just didn't come with Pokemon Pro version, so I ended up having to type in really long codes. Just looking on the internet and typing in codes by button, which took so long. It was dozens of lines of code, and I had to do it one at a time because you couldn't even use the touchpad for it. Um, excuse me. Um, and then I ended up doing one where it was weird. It was you had to push the L and R buttons. I didn't know what I was doing at the time. You had 493 Master Balls, I think, or whatever the top um, the last Pokedex number, the last number of the national Pokedex there was at that point. You got the same number as that, and then if you threw some away, that amount you had left, the number that corresponded with that number would be the one you found. Like, if you threw away like almost all of them and were left with two, and you walked around in the tall grass or the cave or wherever you were that encountered Pokemon, you would get a Bulbasaur, stuff like that. So I did that, and I didn't think about it because I didn't actually activate it because I couldn't think of the Pokemon I wanted. So I ended up in the part where you go through a forest and you're with another trainer escorting it through the forest. And then I go in, and then the most dramatic music starts playing, and I have no idea what the hell's going on. Then double battle starts, and a pair of, I don't know how most people pronounce it, but a pair of fucking Arceus, a Pokegod, and with like its unique battle theme I'd never heard before, which you should look it up if you haven't. It's so good. It's so, it's amazing, and like shit's got real, and I wasn't expecting it. I didn't know what I did at all, actually, at the time. It took me like a couple months, I think, to realize it was because I didn't throw away any of the Master Balls, that it just defaulted to, Pokemon number 493. So I got into a double battle, and then I knocked them both out, because, actually no, I tried to catch one, but there was the stupid thing where, if you have both, you can't aim the Pokeball. You get confused, apparently. So I ended up knocking them both out, and then I, like, was freaking the fuck out, and then I left. Or I just kept going, because I didn't know what to do, and then it happened again! And then I, caught it with my last, then I fought another pair and knocked one out, and then used the other one, and then used my last Great Ball on that last remaining Arceus, and I was so amazed. So, I met Ari, through the Pokemon section of fanfiction.net. And so Ari was the only one who I knew at the time who would have any interest in that kind of thing. So I just typed up that entire encounter and sent it over PM so excitedly. Like, I was so excited and just like, oh my god, holy shit! And, like, I think I apologized like 50 times about it, but I don't remember. But like, that's the first story I can think of that era. Okay. Okay. Ghost in the Shale asks, "How do you take care of your hair? It looks so long and fluffy." Um, I don't have a good answer for you. I'm sorry. It just is, like, honest to God, like, or honest to Arceus. Honestly, it's genetics. It's mostly my dad. I just got it from my dad, thankfully, because if I got it from my mom, I'd literally be graying now, because she started graying when she was a teenager, which was a thing. So I just have naturally wavy, poofy hair, and really good. And I barely take care of it, which is sad. Um, I clean it every 2 or 3 days. Just like Suave shampoo. I don't remember what it's called. Suave shampoo essentials. Suave essentials or natural oils. Natural. I don't remember exactly, but that's all I do. I don't like do conditioner, and usually I remember to brush my hair after I take a shower, and I remember to brush my hair most days. Which I actually don't do that very much, because I have really thick, weird hair that, even though it's wavy, it barely ever tangles. Um, so that's like the only feature along with my eyes that I've ever really liked about myself, like, for like all the time, because, steam issues. Except from these. I'm still annoyed at these, because I have a gigantic forehead. And I don't like it I'm not very fond of it, having it free like that all the time, so I usually just, like, keep my bangs over as much as I possibly can. Except it does the weird theater thing where it ends up moving anyway, and just, like, as the day goes on, so I just, like, all the time. Anyway, Quay Not Work asks, if you had the money, time, ability to take a college course, this can be anything from, like, History 101 to the Anthropology of Harry Potter, what subject would it be and why? I should have re-looked these over. I looked these over again. just something about fandom and how it's impacted the world. Because I don't. How fandom, like, Transformers popped into mind first, but how fandom in general has impacted people today. Like, I made friends in, like, as a kid through, like, Pokemon. Like, my best friend at the time, like, my only friend in, like, 5th and 6th grade, I met through, I'm reasonably sure Pokemon, and, like, I met all of my best friends there. And, okay, this is gonna get heavy, but, like, fandom, this is gonna get into personal story time, whoops. Um, this is more like a thing that I would want to exist, like, a fandom, how it's impacted, like, some of it's negative, obviously, just, like, I saw the Tumblr posts of, like, in the past, how internalized misogyny, I think that's how I pronounce that word, goddammit. I've only read that word mostly, so I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, I just realized. Anyway, like, how, I did see, it was months ago, but a post about how, like, all the girls in the fan, it's still not that much, like, 1,000 times better or anything, but it is better, but, how we used to hate the other girl characters, how they were just shoved out of the way during Slash and Slash fic and stuff, and, like, murdered and just so hated all the time, and just, like, the creepy things that spawned, I guess, there's also, like, the freedom of being able to play around and take comfort in characters that aren't real, and then just fandom connections in general, because, like, okay, the actual heavy part starts, fandom is kind of the reason I'm alive today, honestly. I'm not going to be very loud because I don't want people overhearing, but, like, I was just actually talking about that earlier today with a friend on Skype. Just, like, I found Yu-Gi-Oh! Fanfiction when I was about 11, and, for a while I postponed doing anything to myself for years just because, I was looking at, like, new fandom stuff, like, new what fics were coming out, were being updated, and then just stuff like the next Harry Potter book coming out, and just delaying it, and then making friends, and just building myself up over, like, my entire teenagerhood, literally, like, the entire time I was a teenager, because yeah, to, become someone who didn't want to just lie down on train tracks or something. Um, so, like, having it being acknowledged at all to that point is very, um, would be cool. And, like, I'd like to know, like, different perspectives for different fandoms, because, like, Homestuck, Homestuck was huge, and I know it's been bad, but I know it's been good, and just a whole bunch of, like, just how huge it's become, and things like Tumblr, and things like, just things in general, I guess, and whatever. That's probably the answer to that question. But also maybe animation, like the history of animation, to go into less heavy topics, because I do like that's, I get into animated stories a lot more easily than live action stories. I don't know why, but yeah, I don't know why that is. I don't know if I've just had really bad luck with live action stuff. Just not finding anything that piqued my interest as much as most like, all the animated series I've gotten into have, but probably would have gotten through all of Harry Potter, like, properly if it had been animated, but even though I've seen most of it, I haven't seen all of it, so, anyway, thank you. Sorry if like, my question went, south, made anybody upset. Um, okay, last question, actually. Loves the touch of claws asks, what do you think of self-inserts? I do like them. Like, I used to hate them so much, and I don't know why. Actually, no, I know why. I don't like them in fan fiction when it's like it's the same thing with just original characters. Cause like a lot of the original characters usually no, okay, AVG just kind of popped up and just scared the fuck out of me. Thanks. um, Not right now. What was I saying? Um, oh yeah, like just a lot of my like the Secret of Kells fandom and just like the Batman fandom just have really fuck really tiny are small. They're very small. And God, don't get lighting. Holy shit. I'm very tired of that. Maybe this wasn't the best idea, sorry. I gave anyone vertigo. Um fuck. Okay. Okay, restarting. Original characters and self-insert characters usually end up being kind of close together. Like you can't help but put parts of yourself in original characters. You can't just create something that is nothing like that has nothing of you in them because you're writing it. You're writing them. Even if it's just really tiny things, there's probably something. Like a lot of of self-insert characters tend to be just overwhelming and um, overpowered and a little bit more distracting than the actual characters you usually look up for in fanfiction. Um, so in like when I look in the Secret of Kells, there's sometimes OCs I find, and like I wouldn't care if this was like a huge fandom like Harry Potter as much, but like tiny things I hate seeing seeing only that and stuff like also with the Batman like 90% of the Batman fics that have Edward in them with the Riddler, which is my favorite, um, is him paired with an OC that I don't care about and just stuff like that. I don't like seeing like this is probably kind of mean and I don't like seeing that a lot on like actual websites. They're not actual websites like AO3 and stuff like that. I'm not a fan. But at the same time, I really like it in like the fuck. Sorry, another pop up, another or same pop up actually. Um, I don't like, or I like the idea of just being able to talk about it without being ashamed. I guess because like I do sometimes do talk about like what if I was in Gotham? What if I did meet Edward? Or what if I was a supervillain or a superhero? Like, I'd like to be able to talk about that more, and even maybe write about it without feeling hideously embarrassed, or talk about it when I'm not. Shit, what time is it? It's midnight. Okay, when I'm not, really. I usually end up talking about it at, like, midnight and stuff, when I'm, like, my brain mouth filter, or brain, just the filter is kind of gone, because it's usually just typing over Skype. Um, I like that. I like to know like my friends and stuff. Like I'd like to be able to just open with what would you do if like you were in the Batman or if you were a Pokemon trainer like properly like go into whole like and like what if you were you met so and like plan out entire like nerdy storylines like that just through talk. Or even fanfiction on like people's blogs like on Tumblr or on Dreamwidth. I'd love to see that, honestly. I think that would be really fun to get to know people and to be able to reflect on other people. Like, I didn't even think about this until I ended up talking about it with Goodbye Northern Lights at one point. Thank you, lady, you're great. Um, and, just, it's fun. It is fun to think about, even though I have a really big problem with it myself because I'm very indecisive. and need like an entire storyline of why, because like what I would do would shift depending on the slightest things, like where I woke up. Would I be in the Batman specifically? If this was like dropping into that world, would I be near Wayne Manor or far, far away from it? Like little things like that, and then just like I don't actually, I'm not actually a huge. No, I kind of am, but I also think it's not as real as if it's like if you were born there. Because, like, if I was born in Gotham, I wouldn't be anything like I am today, because the world has shaped me. This world has shaped me in specific ways that I don't by specific people in a way that I don't think, if I was born there, or as a Pokemon trainer, or as a witch would ever do, would ever, like, result in me now. So if I would prefer to, like, think of, like, if you just suddenly, like, woke up and you were there, what would you do? Like, that's what I, but that's like, this is all personal preference, obviously. I'm not gonna, like, go into temper tantrum if someone jumps in my ask box or a friend just talks to me over Skype about, like, if I was born in Pallet Town or something like that. Um, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, my smile's crooked. It's weird. I never noticed that. Anyway. That was my last question. I'm sorry, Spec. I can't think of any. If you're still watching this, I can't think of anything else for the E cubed thing. I would just read it as E3 every single time. If not, obviously not. But yeah. Anyway, if y'all watched, y'all. I don't know why I said that. I'm in upstate New York. If you guys watched this all the way through, thank you very much. Um, I hope wasn't. Mm, I was gonna say something self-depreciating, but I'm gonna stop that because that's bad. I'm very not going to encourage that anymore in myself. Um, thank you for the questions. I might do this again sometime. So if you have anything else, just feel free to drop it in my ask box whenever, and I will just like specify it's for a video. Because if not, then I'll probably just answer it then. Um, yeah, yeah. Thank you for like the fifth time. Um, bye. I really hope this works. Oh, okay. So it doesn't automatically save.